Real trap shit. Real trap shit. Real trap shit.
You're gonna crash your computer again, Jen. No. Listener, immediately before this, there was some sort of catastrophic failure that killed Jen's ability to hear us from playing too many soundboards.
I should be in this poop. I should be in. I should be in this poop.
Fatality.
She doesn't care.
Little hair of the dog that bit ya.
Hello and welcome to Swim Fans.
Heavy machine gun.
Hello and welcome to Swim Fans. I am your co-host. Too many vampire operas at the movies. I'm Josh McKenzie.
Oh God. I don't know what I am. Fuck. I didn't think a thing. Fuck. I'm arguing that Jennifer Connelly's nudity is a load-bearing part of this narrative structure. I'm Craig Neeson.
I'm the sapphic Jennifer Connelly. I'm Jennifer Hawking.
This week on the show, as we round out 2025 here, we are talking 1990 Dennis Hopper movie, The Hot Spot.
Just do it.
And if you haven't seen The Hot Spot, okay, this movie stars Don Johnson, who I learned was Dakota Johnson's father like 12 minutes ago.
Oh,
Yeah.
whoa! Yeah. I didn't know that.
I did know that. Y'all need to keep up.
Let the record show I knew it before Craig Neeson. So this movie stars Don Johnson as Harry Maddox. He is a classic American-style drifter, and he has drifted into a small town in Texas. Right away, he sort of scores himself a job at a used car dealership, and there he meets his coworkers. Most importantly, a young girl named Gloria Harper, played by Jennifer Connelly, who he's instantly attracted to. But also importantly, his boss, Mr. Harshaw, who has a narratively important heart condition. Okay, so Maddox is sort of like getting established in the town. He has this dingy hotel room. He notices that the local bank is staffed entirely by volunteer firefighters, and he notices that the bank has no security to speak of, so he files this away for later. In addition to his growing crush on Gloria, he also meets Dolly Harshaw, played by Virginia Madsen, and she is married to, obviously, Mr. Harshaw's boss. She is blonde and evil, so her whole thing is that she's sexy and likes to get her way with that. So she drives up to the auto dealership, and right away she sees Maddox, and she's like, I'm gonna ghoul that one. So pretty quickly after that, Maddox and Gloria hook up a bunch. But even though Maddox hooks up with her, he's like, oh, this is trouble. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. That she sucks, actually. She's like annoying, whatever. So they start this affair. So Harry, like I said, he noticed that the bank is completely unguarded when the volunteer firefighters are away. He goes into a building that I think is owned by the Harshaws, and he rigs up like a fire setting device so that he can set the fire while not being in the building. And once the fire begins, he bamboozles the bank manager, takes all of the money, and gets away. But before he leaves, he sees that somebody is in the building. And because Maddox is a drifter with a heart of gold, he's unable to let this guy burn. So he gets into the building, gets him out, and this sort of attention-grabbing stunt sort of puts him in the eye, I suppose, of the authorities, because like immediately after he's arrested for the bank robbery. They say that stunt he pulled was obviously an attempt at an alibi, and they're going to hold him for the bank robbery. But Mrs. Harshaw calls, and she's like, oh my God, no, he was absolutely completely at the fire the whole time. Like, he wasn't robbing the bank. He was there watching the fire as the rest of the town are doing. So this is one of the things that she's beginning to hold over Maddox's head. She tells him it would be a shame if she's like, oh, I was so mistaken, and he was in fact not there the whole time, you know. So now he's got this woman who is slowly sort of bending him to his will. Meanwhile, there's the subplot with Gloria. So he's sort of like wooing her. She's quite a bit younger than he is. He has this line where he's like, oh, I've hooked up with so many tramps, I forgot how it is to treat a lady, referring to her demureness. She keeps going away with this guy named Sutton. Like, he shows up 3 or 4 times in the movie, and you're not sure what exactly the deal is. And it sort of by like the middle end of the movie here, you find out that Sutton has been blackmailing Gloria. So what has happened is that Gloria and I believe her adopted sister, because I think they were adopted from an orphanage, were topless at like a stream, river, watering hole type deal, because this girl had been having a lesbian affair with one of her teachers. And so Sutton took photographs of the girls topless, and he is using them to blackmail Gloria and say, oh, you were actually in a lesbian affair. And if you don't pay me, X amount of money whenever I need it, I'm going to release the photographs. So Maddox, in rage, goes to Sutton's shack, kicks the shit out of him, and boldly, Sutton continues to blackmail her. So meanwhile, Dolly, she brings Maddox to it's so awesome, you guys, like a sex altar in the middle of the woods. It's got the giant cross, and it's draped with the purple, chiffon that you do it like a Protestant church. And so she's got this True Detective style sex altar in the woods. And it's here that she tells Maddox her plan, that she wants to, her husband, Mr. Harshaw, has a weak heart. And so she just needs Maddox to sort of hurry the process along so she can get all the money. Maddox says no, because as I said, he's a drifter with a heart of gold. So he walks away, and she has this line where she's like, I always get what I want. So what Dolly does is she goes home to see her husband, who is, smoking heavily, drinking heavily, all the things you shouldn't do on a weak heart. And she's like, let's go to the bedroom. So she does a Madonna from Body of Evidence, and she fucks him to death. He passes away. She gets all of his money, all of his power, whatever. So as I said, Sutton is continuing to blackmail Gloria. And so Maddox is like, okay, I've had enough. So he goes back to his shack. But this time he's not fucking around. He brings a gun, and he shoots wildly into the shack. And there's a sort of, you don't see her face. You see a woman who is having sex with Sutton. She's winged by maybe a bullet or by shrapnel or something. And she leaves the shack before Sutton and Maddox get into a fist fight. Sutton gets his shit canned in. And when he pulls out a gun, Maddox is able to disarm him, and he shoots him dead. Maddox carefully stages the struggle to look like a suicide. And Maddox is able to make the whole bank robbery Sutton thing go away, because he's now framing Sutton for the bank robbery postmortem. So he's able to clear his name, get rid of Sutton, save Gloria all at once. Things are looking great, okay? Because Maddox is going in to see Gloria, and he's like, we're going to the Caribbean. I want you to marry me. And she's, of course, happy to do this. But in the final end of the movie here, they get a call from Mrs. Harshaw, from Dolly, and she's like, my husband's dead. Please come see me. And Maddox, of course, is immune to this. But Gloria, who doesn't know they've been having sex this whole time and doesn't know that Dolly is evil, goes to see her. And it's at this moment that Dolly sort of plays her hand, that in the event of her death, she will report that Maddox did in fact do the bank robbery, did kill Sutton, and Gloria, who had been taking money from the auto dealer to pay Sutton's blackmail, she would be brought up on charges for embezzling. So she tells all of this to Maddox in front of Gloria in the form of a handwritten note. But Gloria takes this as a betrayal. She thinks that Maddox has been telling other people her business, against her will. So this kind of breaks her heart. And, filmically, we understand that this is sort of it for Maddox and Gloria. So in his rage, in his heartbrokenness, he attacks Dolly. once they're alone, he like attacks her, but he knows that if he kills her, this letter that she just said will be sent out. It'll ruin Gloria's life. And in order to protect her, he bends to Gloria's will, which is just kind of to like be her new man. And as the pair drive away in the Texas heat, you have this sort of replay of lines from earlier in the movie about how you have to take what you want in this life. And Dolly saying that she always gets what it is that she wants. What do we think of the hotspot?
I chose this. I've been aware of Dennis Hopper as a director for a very long time, and hadn't delved meaningfully deeper than like Easy Rider. I saw this and I knew nothing about it. I heard it, I saw it described as an erotic thriller, which it's close, not quite on the money, but it's close. And yeah, I thought it was pretty fantastic. I think Hopper is a real ass director. This movie is like stacked to the gills with fantastic performers. You just go down the cast and just incredible work here. Yeah, like the environmental storytelling, the way the camera moves or doesn't move, everything is fantastic. This small Texas town, it really is brought to life in a pretty magnificent way. The movie is way too long. That's like for sure. But like its vibes, the vibes that it's able to communicate, again, of this, this criminal, this new criminal in town, who has a game plan, but stumbles across, two women that will in some way be his undoing. Curiously, this movie's like, he's kind of like a piece of shit, and he, kind of like has it coming, and what he has coming is a life with someone that's also like kind of a piece of shit, of kind of like learning his place or something. I don't know. I think that this film is very captivating. It's a slow burn. Not a lot happens. There's kind of like the noir twists and conveniences, and the pair of shoes that Jennifer Connelly has match the pair of shoes that the widow have, and there's a little, you get kind of like thrown a little bit. It's a fun little thing here. That was one of the worst impressions I've ever given of a film on this entire podcast. But like, I dug it. I dig it. And hopefully my brain starts working better soon.
Yeah, honestly, most of my notes echo yours. This movie's way too fucking long. It's like a Double Indemnity, Body Heat, China Moon, like noir style erotic thriller. And more time in that equation doesn't necessarily equal like increased depth of characters. Like there's just a lot of like slow, shaggy scenes in this. And I think if it like tightened it up, it would probably have been pretty great. But yeah, like you were saying, the setup is great. I love the noirishness. I love like the individual set pieces are like really good. Like I really liked the bank robbery and how it played out, and how like it's sort of like a little methodical with like showing how he does it. I like how he's like tripped up and like identified through smell or whatever. That's all really good. Even I also kind of liked the because it has like a bad ending, like a noir film, but it's more like he's stuck in this social contract or something. like there's he's sort of like a prisoner, but like the situation isn't like the worst, but it's like it's not what he really wanted. And I think it's like an interesting kind of like twist on the like, oh no, the noir gangster dies at the end or whatever. Like it is kind of like an echo of that, but I think it changes it in a meaningful way. The cast is great. Don Johnson's really good. Jennifer Connelly can do no wrong, in my opinion. I loved, I'm blanking on his name, but the guy who plays the Grim Reaper in Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey, he's in this. He's amazing in it. Yeah, even the wormy, like, FBI, CIA guy from Deep Cover is in here. And, like, he's playing, like, a completely different role than he does in that movie, but he's still, I don't know, it's that guy. I love seeing that guy. He just has one of those faces.
A face you love to see when you boot up a movie.
Yeah. Just, you know, you see him and, like, he has kind of like a, I don't know. I just see his face and smile. I hope that guy's doing all right.
So his name is Charles Martin Smith, and fun fact for the audience, he directed Air Bud.
Okay, hell yeah, bitch. Yeah, he did.
The dog who balls? Let's go.
Yeah. Again, shout out to that guy. I don't know anything about him or his personal life. Not going to look it up. Not going to look up his political beliefs or anything. Shout out to that guy. Yeah, a lot to admire in this one, but I think ultimately I left a little cold.
The cold spot, she said, having reviewed the movie.
Got him.
I liked this quite a bit. I have talked about this on the show before. I love a movie that's like relentlessly American and, compared to something very stylized like Wild at Heart, I think this movie has something, I don't know, it captures sort of to me this idea of just like like rural America. You don't have enough money, but you have a shit ton of time. There's a shit ton of room. And like if it's about like hot people, like they're just going to get into trouble. Like if it's not sex, it's drinking or other like petty crime. And I don't know if romantic is the word I want to use, but it's quintessentially American to me. So when we have the setup where it's like hot outside and there's like two hot ladies and Don Johnson, who's so fucking sexy in this movie, and there's just like nothing else happening, I'm like, that's it. I love that for me. This is like only for like a certain kind of gay person who also like reads the kind of books that I read, but this is sort of like the charioteer for straight people. In that you have like the guy and he's torn sexually between a young demure person and an older experienced person, and that's kind of the whole drama. So this is the charioteer for straight people. That doesn't mean anything to anybody, but this is what I was thinking of the whole time. But I don't know, like I think the movie has such a great visual texture for that reason, because there is such a visual presence of heat in the movie. There's oftentimes you can just see people like sweating constantly. And because like it's all of these really attractive people, I don't know, like the arithmetic is just like really mathing for me, that it's like, yeah, they should like have sex and ruin each other's lives. Like, why not? What are they going to do? What else is there to do? I love all of like sort of the strange touches to this. I already talked about when you try to get the guy you're cheating on your husband with to murder your husband at the sex altar in the woods. There's this, I think Sutton's shack is a great like set. It's just like the worst little house in the world. Mm-hmm. The bank is a really wonderful set. It feels like it was like feels like this was filmed at like an Old West themed like theme park. It all seems like kind of fake, but like the actors are so good that it feels real. Also, this movie is alarmingly long. I will agree with you that like I did pause it at one point and I'm like, how is there still an hour left? But I guess I just enjoyed the two female leads and Johnson here so much that I was willing to let it ride, especially because I really love sort of the interesting way this movie ends. Like, yeah, like Jen was saying, he doesn't get like killed at the end. He doesn't have to like do an unjustified murder. Like, cause I mean, he kills Sutton, but like that guy has it coming. He doesn't have to like murder Dolly. He just is sort of like hoisted by his own petard in a weird way. Like he wanted things in this movie. He wanted to get money. And then when he fell in love with Gloria, he wanted Gloria, but he couldn't have a life with Gloria because he's already like done too many sins or whatever. Like he got into this other woman's web. He got caught up with the law. And so I just really love this sort of setup where he's essentially in like a gilded cage now at the end, where he has to be this woman's like kept man because she's evil. It's not like a tragic ending per se, but like it is also quite sad. All he wanted was to marry this girl that he's, clearly projecting all of these like, I don't know, American dream style ideals onto. And he can't have any of it because he was being too much of a criminal. And I think that's elegant. Definitely feels like the way you would do like an Americana neo-noir film in this time period. I really liked it. It is a bit long, and maybe that's the only bad thing I can say about it, but yeah, I thought it was pretty good.
I love the way that the Don Johnson character just kind of enters the scene and is immediately like taking control of his little plot of land here. Like he sells a car at a dealership that he's not working at, and immediately just like big dicks the only other like employee and the owner into just being like, I have a job here now or whatever. and
you need me.
Yeah. And it's like it's completely perfect. There's a simplicity to this that I appreciate. He's in town. He's apparently set. One thing that occurred to me is like, it happens basically off screen, but a burger joint burns down, and it's kind of implied that he did it. Right? He's like he's the guy that sets things on fire in order to steal, and nothing is really how do I say it? Like he's motivated by money, I guess, because he wants to steal it, which I guess is motivation to possess it. But I mean, it isn't. I don't know. Is it a MacGuffin? Do you feel like the motivating the money thing is a MacGuffin? Because it's like it's his motivation, but like then again, I think it's like just generally people's motivation because you need it to be alive.
I mean, I don't know if I'd call it a MacGuffin. I would say it's his pre-motive because like, I mean, he has to want he has to want something before he can want Gloria.
Yeah. And then the money becomes like a hot potato. And he has to like, they're marked bills. He can't just like fucking spend, they know the numbers of the bills that he stole. And so, eventually they end up being kind of convenient because he just scatters them around the white trash Sadler character's apartment, and it's just like, all right, he did it. Sorry, we can absolutely get to this later because it's a little bit of it's a thing that is like maybe the worst staged crime scene. In history. It makes no sense, and I mean in that way, like I'm trying to think of. I was trying to put myself in the position of like a police detective entering that scene and being like, okay, someone staged this, but I still have no fucking idea what they were after. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Sorry, before you go, because like it's like they set it up as if he was sitting at the table and he gets like popped for like a drug bust or something, right? But then there's like a shotgun set on the table at an angle where it's not like he could have been holding it or been anywhere near it. And then he chooses to make it a suicide. It's as if he's deciding mid ruse what he's doing. As if people commonly shoot themselves in the solar plexus to commit suicide.
Yeah, not once, but twice.
Twice.
I think the idea is the bullet will go through the same hole. And like, so it will look it'll look like one gunshot, but like that's insane. It probably doesn't work like that.
No, I think any autopsy person worth their salt would be able to be like, yeah, that's there were like two gunshots here. It reminded me of a perverse version of like how Amy in Gone Girl stages the living room to look stage. Right, the whole like the detective Boney says The whole thing looked off from the get. This life and death struggle, and this the frames remain upright when clearly they would have fallen. But he's doing it accidentally. He's sowing chaos through the mind of anyone that would dare stumble upon that crime scene and try to figure it out.
It's like a suicide where it's like someone got stabbed in the back 75 times. I'm like, yeah, we think it's a suicide.
Yeah, it's like we've made the most confusing crime scene in the world. They will give up immediately upon viewing the crime scene. I did really love that because because he's so confident too. It really is sort of that like Amazing Amy kind of deal where he's like wordlessly arranging the crime scene, but then like he keeps like shifting from like one kind of crime to another, and then by the end because it's like sort of like parts of it are sort of clever where it's like, okay, obviously his blood is all over the sheets because he killed him and he fell backwards and the gunshot wound is a through and through, so there's like blood all over the sheets. You can't unbleed the sheets, so what we're gonna do is we'll wrap him in the sheets while he's sitting at this chair. Kind of clever. But then there's just raises like 7 other questions.
Yeah, he just flips the mattress over. Like dog, there's probably a hole in it. What are they going to be like? Oh, he's wrapped in the sheet. Let's go investigate the bed. All right, seeing anything? Like, oh, no, it's all looking normal over here.
Well, and then he's like carefully collecting all of like the bullet casings, like picking them up off the floor. But like you just said, there's now 2 bullet tracks in this fucking gunshot wound. It's what a dumb guy would think. It's amazing.
It rules.
Yeah, there's a deliberateness to the insanity, and if you think about it too hard, you begin to hemorrhage sanity. It doesn't square at all. But I guess it gets the heat off of him. So if who are we to judge? Who are we to judge the staging of a crime scene if it ends up getting him off? He robbed the bank and then had a
Here's
drug
all
deal.
this evidence that he did this other crime too. Also, he wrapped himself in the fitted sheet from the bed. Textbook suicide.
But I think that's one of the things that like sort of makes this, I don't know, this like whole Americanness of it. Because that's the main prevailing vibe I get from this movie, is because like you said, he is such a fucking flim-flam man. Like he just drifts into town, rolls up to this car dealership, big dicks his way into working there now. And you can and of course, obviously he's, the movie goes out of his way to tell you how 36 years old this guy is. He obviously has a lot of experience with this. Like wherever he goes, he just like flim-flams his way into like coming out on top. As is the American archetype. Like we talked about this on The Master. This is America's favorite guy. Like we keep electing this guy. We put this guy in charge of every institution because there's something in Americans' brains that love a guy who just walks in and lies to your face. And it's like
Shit,
a flaw
he seems to have it all
in the
figured
American
out.
psyche. Yeah. So like, of course, the guy who we see like walk in and yap his way into getting a job, the guy who, I mean, frankly, kind of like pulled off an incredibly easy bank robbery. Of course, he would like absolutely ice this guy, and then come up with like 3 different death methods that somebody's gonna have to figure out which one was real. I did sort of love that the bank robbery as well. Like, so as I said earlier, there is an accidental fire, and he notices that nobody works at the bank anymore because everybody is a volunteer firefighter. And there's the scene where he like walks into the bank. He's like about to rifle through the drawers, and then the manager or whatever comes out, and he's like, "Oh, glad you're not a bank robber. These are my stack of unplugged in security cameras. That would have been terrible."
Oh my god, Jack Nance. Yeah. Fucking when he actually goes and robs the bank, I like Jack Nance just like weekly without him needing to ask, just gives him the fucking
The code.
the code for the safe. And he delivers it with like with this like just this broken voice. I don't know how to describe it. It's so sad. It's like he's kidnapping like a sad dog or something. It's so heartbreaking to watch Jack Nance in that moment.
It's like that character told himself, if we get robbed one more time, I'm ending it all. Like,
Yeah, I mean, there is an inherent sadness or kind of melancholy to Jack Nance's performances kind of across the board. But yeah, he's so sad. And you know, like getting essentially bagged and then and then roped and then toilet paper or something shoved down his mouth.
Yeah.
It's you know, this movie's sense of humor is fairly understated. I mean, it has a kind of you know, of course there's people you know, dying and so on. Although I mean that character is a piece of shit, so I don't know that we have a particular sympathy as an audience for him. But like, you know, there's a lightness to the whole affair that I think helps keep like a certain energy to the scenes. You know, there's like fun imbalances of power, and there's also like not fun imbalances of power. You know, like Maddox. Sorry, Maddox. What's the widow's name?
Dolly.
Like, you know, Dolly's kind of like, you know, her impositions, the way she shows up, you know, in this fucking pink Cadillac. That's I think even anachronistic to the time period that this is supposed to be set in. You know, she's so tacky. You know, her femininity is a kind of tacky, sexy, negligee sort of thing, and Jennifer Connelly's sexiness is Mennonite who has an office job, sexy, and like you know, there's a kind of cartoonishness that exists alongside a kind of a soft Americana. Although, sorry, I guess my introduction joke should have been something to the effect of I was Jennifer Connelly's dialect coach, and I didn't show up for work. You know, because she's kind of like vaguely affecting a southern thing, but it's just not working at all.
No, not at all.
But yeah, just like there's a lot of light and levity to the whole film that I think gives it a kind of how do I say it, like an attraction, like a magnetic, like, oh, I'm locked in because this is a fun thing as well. You know, when the blind guy comes walking up and like definitely like knows that there's a person there. Or like you know, when he picks him out in a lineup, and it's like, yeah, this fucker like smells weird or whatever, or like this guy sounds like I forget what he says, but just that idea of you know, a kind of a cartoon foible, even like the way that the lead here makes a bomb is so fucking Coyote from Roadrunner. That it's like kind of ludicrous, right? It's like an actual like bedroom alarm clock that has like matches sticking out of it that then like set fire to the things around it that's in a shoebox. Like that's something that he was trying to kill the Roadrunner with. And like, you know, again, the whole like there's the kind of collage of Americana here, you know, and the widow is like Graceland. She's like that Elvis Presley type tacky,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like representative of different types of Americana. And in that way, and the fact that Jack Nance is here, the fact that Dennis Hopper directed it, I'm getting like little sparks of Lynch. You know,
Yeah.
those marks of like David Lynch's
Yeah.
fascination with like how weird small towns were. You know, it's like when Jeffrey goes back to the hardware store. You know, that necessary, crucial scene to Blue Velvet, where he goes back to his father's hardware store. You know, like at Lumberton, vroom vroom. You know, like it has like a little bit of that sizzle to it, and I think it keeps the movie, energetic.
Yeah. That's actually a really good point because, like, I mean, so I think that the movie is doing obviously, you know, this Madonna whore situation, right? Like, Gloria is this demure young person, and Dolly is the evil slut who captures you with her sexuality, and then now you're trapped here. So, but like the way that they choose to sort of like express that through Dolly is so. Yeah, like cartoony kind of. Like, I mean, like, I think it was kind of slayful, like when she has like the pink convertible pull up and she's like got her like stupid little like wooden fruit shoes on. Like I thought it kind of ate, but I think that does sort of contribute to the very I think effective tone of the movie is that there are these things that are like weirdly cartoony about it. Like you have that Acme Industries style fire starter in frankly honestly the most burnable room in America. That is the driest room in history.
Opera levels of dry.
Yeah. That's deep South opera going on in that room. But it does. Yeah, there's something very cartoony about that. Like, yeah, maybe that's what I was getting at, where it's like an Old West theme park, because like the bank feels like a Wild West style bank, which, you know, of course, those exist in like rural South and Western towns. But it like when it's all put together, it does feel like certain parts of this movie are well observed, and other ones feel like sort of exaggerations. And I think it makes for a really interesting combo. It's not bad by any means, but it's interesting.
Should we talk about the sex altar?
I would love to.
Craig, is this a slab? When you talked about that guy getting slab jobbed, was it comparable to this?
So I mean, the slab was very firmly like a solid granite, rectangle, you know, like it was very like that's a proper slab. This is
right.
You know, this is a sawmill slab, like 100%. Like it very well
the working man
of,
slab.
It's a working man. It's very modest in that way. Yeah, I mean it's in a sawmill. It's probably made out of, you know, boards or whatever. But there's slab action happening in this film. You know.
I thought it was rock.
And again, I'd have to review it.
It's wreathed in shadow. The only way that I could make sense of the whole setup was that I texted Craig about this because Jen hadn't watched the movie yet. But like, it looks like if you sort of hijacked the altar at like a tent revival type deal, which made me think it was like plywood. But because they this is one of those parts where the movie gets weird with it. They like really decorate the altar, so you can't really tell what it is.
Yeah, I mean, regardless of what the substrate is, you know, they're getting slabbed, and I love how whimsical it is. You know, they're doing like a very Texas thing, which is swimming at the swimming hole, or whatever, and then she Mulholland Drive style just kind of like like walks into the woods, and then leads him to this fucking place. And yeah, it's a sawmill. It's a sex sawmill. And there's
so
just something
fucking funny.
So whimsical and bizarre, and kind of like going for it, you know. And like I think one of the assets that this film has is to have the ghoul, at least like the ghoul version here, the regional form of the ghoul here. Is that like in her tackiness, in her affluence, in the fact that she can kind of like bend people to her will? Of course, she would, you know, have a fabric draped Easter-esque scene for fucking at the sawmill. It squares so perfectly with her vibe.
Yeah, she had to spend 25 minutes setting this up.
Oh my God.
She
brought
bought
all
fabric.
That from home.
She brought candles.
she brought all
I'm
that
counting
from
at
home.
least 6, maybe 7 candles total.
Oh yeah, that's so funny. I didn't even. And then she has to okay, because the scene is it's so choreographed in a way that I think the movie is quite casual. But so they're on the sex altar, and she's like, "Let's kill my husband. He's just gonna die anyway." And then she's like, "Tee hee," and then she runs off towards the swimming hole, and she makes Maddox get in the water with her, and then they're in the water for a minute, and then she's like, "Tee hee," and then she runs up this sawmill tower.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then she's like, "Don't worry, I'll never get pregnant because I throw myself off of high places." And then she jumps down onto this extremely convenient, colossal pillar of sawdust. It's so interesting. She's just flitting around while being like, "We should just do it. We should just kill my husband. Wouldn't that be so fun?" And then, like you said, she decorated it herself, and it's just it's wonderful. It's magic to me.
I've said it before. My first job was at a lumber mill. If you're not careful, there's 9 million ways to die in every square foot. You actually have to be really careful in them, because there are safety railings, but you also need to do your end of the heavy lifting in there. You can't just be jumping off of shit. I don't care how enticing the slab is. You got to lock that thing out, man. Lock out, tag out, man. OSHA's watching.
I was going to say, exactly how decorated a slab can you have before you're going to leap into a pile of sawdust?
I wouldn't do it. That's my advice to you guys. You don't know what's at the bottom of that thing. Don't get greedy in sawmills, man.
I was going to say, okay, I don't spend a lot of time around sawdust.
It sucks.
But when you're a young child in a place where there's autumn, in the movies, it looks fun to jump into a pile of leaves. In real life, you just jump and hit the ground.
It's wet and bad.
You.
Yeah.
It's wet. And one time when I was a kid, I followed the cartoons and I leapt into a pile of leaves. Mm-hmm. And I got the wind knocked out of me. I landed on my ass so hard.
Yeah.
There's no romance to leaping into a pile of leaves. So it seems to me that a colossal stack of sawdust would be a similar deal, where you would hit the sawdust, careen to the bottom of the stack of sawdust, die instantly, maybe? I'm not really sure.
Well, if you're hitting it at the angle that which you could slide down it, I feel like I don't know, I feel like you'd be going fast enough to injure yourself. I'm not a physics teacher. Never took physics. Really bad at math. Wouldn't do it. I don't think the numbers are on your side in that equation.
There's no hot lady enticing enough to make you leap into a mountain of sawdust, you mean?
Yeah. If all your friends jumped into a pile of sawdust, would you do it too?
I don't know. For Don Johnson in this movie, I would think about it. She really is fun in this because I don't know, because the movie's about sort of Johnson and Connolly in the movie, and they're definitely the emotional center. But Madsen is it's one of those roles where when I was watching the movie, I was like, I bet she had so much fun, because in every scene she's either being a comically over the top hot lady, which seems like it would be fun to do. Yeah. Or you're being evil and conniving, which I feel like would be fun to do. And I just feel like every scene, every day on set for Virginia Madsen in this movie had to be eating cotton candy.
Yeah.
She a fun time.
You could probably have filled that role with a drag queen and gotten mostly the same effect.
Yeah, because it's this over the top femininity that's probably so much fun to do an affectation of.
Yeah, and there's a southern component to it,
Oh my God. Yeah. And that's just like amplifying it.
She drives her big pink car. This is a drag queen.
Yeah. Yeah. This is Angeline. Do you guys know Angeline?
Yes.
Craig, do you know Angeline?
I don't think so.
Okay. She's a Los Angeles cryptid. Hold on.
Yeah. I think there was a documentary about her at some point.
Yeah. I think she didn't make any money off of it.
Does anyone make money off of documentaries?
No.
I don't even.
I don't think so, right?
Does.
No.
Okay, so Craig, and the listeners, Angeline is this lady who just drives around Hollywood, in her pink car, and she's sort of like decked out in pink, and she doesn't like do anything, but she like puts herself on billboards all the time. So you'll see like billboards, and it'll be like Angeline, and you're like, and then what? But she's awesome.
That's the product.
That's it, is that like we just love her. And I think until maybe like the mid 20 teens, like people didn't even know her like real name, didn't really know any of her like doings on. You would just see her car in Hollywood, or you would see her on like the billboards, and she's just she's a figure. The way there used to be just public figures, true public figures.
Yeah. Did you ever see her?
Anyway, that's what Dolly's doing. No, I've never seen Angeline in real life. I would love to. I would ask for a photograph, although she'd probably charge me, and frankly, I would pay her. But I did see an Angeline billboard when I worked in Hollywood. I want to say it was like maybe like Hollywood and Cahuenga, maybe. There's like a big billboard there. It was somewhere like that, somewhere like almost to the edge of Hollywood. I think that's because like I think I had gone to work, because that was when I still worked. Like pre-COVID, I would like went in, and my boss she's like a transplant to Los Angeles, but she's been here for like decades and decades. And I was like, saw a funny billboard, and she's like, she's Romanian, so she has a thick accent. And she's like, that's just Angeline. We all know Angeline. And I'm like, okay, sorry about that. I'll fuck in.
That's one big difference between New York and LA that I've noticed, is that like there's just fucking billboards everywhere in LA. Like they're here too. And there's like, it's not like there's no advertising anywhere. It's advertising everywhere, but it's like subway ads or those big posters they stick up or whatever. There's less like actual omnipresent billboards like there are in LA.
Yeah.
Cars.
Yeah, they're everywhere.
I guess.
Yeah, exactly. I actually just went by like a business, and I wonder what they pay for this, because the brick and mortar part of this business happens to be like right under a billboard. And so they like obviously put their business on that billboard. And I'm like, I feel like they could charge you out the ass for that, because they're going to know you want that specific billboard because of its geographical location to you. I'd be like, you're paying triple, bitch.
Maybe they own the billboard.
Can you own a billboard? SwimFansPodcast@gmail.com.
Yes,
can you own a billboard?
Of course you can own a billboard. Someone has to own the billboard.
I would assume either a corporation or the city would have to own the billboard.
Doesn't Clear Channel own billboards?
Yeah.
I think around here I always see them. Well, there's like a little notation. Clear Channel. Let's see. I'm Googling it.
Can you believe this isn't our first episode of podcasting?
Can you believe this is episode 333 of this show?
Yeah, it turns out that's a big part of what they do, yeah.
Halfway to 666.
Wow. But the wiki says they own 770,000 billboards globally.
770,000? How do you keep track of them all?
Spreadsheet, Excel, spreadsheets.
One load-bearing spreadsheet. when the solar flare comes, those billboards, it's going to be anarchy. I guess my last like major thought about the hotspot. I think all of the sex in this movie is like real good. It helps that all the leads I think are real hot. I don't know. There's like a great physicality in this movie. Feels like it'd be sweaty. Feels tactile. I like it.
Yeah, Don Johnson and the widow have a good chemistry. There's a kind of yeah, I mean, there's that fusion of like erotic connection and the fact that they like, well, at least Don Johnson like fucking hates her, like at the same time. So it's like it's infused with a kind of push pull, which makes it helps make it more like tactile or something. That he's pulled towards the thing, but he's also like, wow, I fucking hate this person. Which is the life of course, that he's ultimately condemned to. But yeah, it's real good. Like that moment where they are like, where he like eats her out in the car that's on display, and they almost get caught by someone that's drunk. Is it? It's not Jack Nance, is it? But like,
yeah, it is. It is Jack Nance.
Jack Nance just stumbling around drunk. And they're going to town in the display car. Like all of that feels very how do you say it? Like, yeah, real. It feels very tactile and real. Much to the movie's credit, for sure. And she's hot too. Like, and that's the thing. Like, she's not like so dislikable as to be like, man, I hate it when she's on screen. I don't like her or whatever. It's like you would get the connection, right? You'd get the kind of caveman Neanderthal brain, like awooga shit, because she's wearing like fishnets. Like it's very there's something very matter of fact about it.
Yeah, and like I think that's what makes the ending like so. I think the ending might be like just filmically my favorite part of the movie, just because like it's so. Like if she was like evil, or if she was
brilliant.
She's evil.
Okay. Because he starts the movie, and what we know about Maddox is that he wants money and he likes to have sex with women, and it's like, fair enough, that's the American dream, right? But he ends the movie having money and with a hot lady. So you're like, well, I guess you're suffering from success.
Yeah.
But I think it's great that like through his own actions and through like the decisions that he made, he's now sort of getting the monkey's paw version of what he wants, because he no longer wants it. And I thought that was really like it shifted really well. And then by the end of the movie, like, even though, yeah, he's like got money and has a hot lady, who I'm sure, just based on the the filmic language, is quite good at sex. You'd think he'd be like, okay, well, that was a weird 6 months in Texas, but I guess we're good. But you just feel the tragedy because of how his character has shifted, and I think that's good. They did a great job making Maddox feel like he no longer wanted what he originally wanted, and that his suffering, because like if he had gotten like killed or sent to jail, I think that would have been a bad ending. It wouldn't have been very interesting. Like, criminals get killed or criminals go to jail, like, okay, but like this one, he got exactly what one would think that he would want, and he is brokenhearted, and I think that's nice.
Yeah, I mean, there's like a language set up, I think, for the audience to revere and want him to end up with a Jennifer Connelly character, but like the fractures that kind of reveal themselves concretely at the end, I think help us, like the audience, realize that like that was like, there's a moment where she's like, I wanted to tell you that, I gave the white trash guy the $500 even though you told me not to. I don't want to start off our relationship with lies. And it's like, oh boy. Oh dear. Wait till you learn everything about this guy that you think you know. And in that way, it's like, oh right, so this 19-year-old who he's been kind of male gazing at through the very large office windows, ultimately, surprise, the one that he can emotionally connect to, and so on and so forth, he actually can't be with, because he's a scoundrel piece of shit liar. And the scoundrel piece of shit liar is going to end up with the scoundrel piece of shit liar widow, who's also good at like rigging games and crime scenes and shit. They're made for each other.
Better than him, even, clearly.
Right? Yeah. She's snared him. She's bested him, and in that way, she's solidified herself as his match or something. Because heretofore, it's been a game of like wills and wits between the two of them, and she won. And like, there's that sequence where he, as soon as Jennifer Connelly leaves the apartment after she's made it clear in no uncertain terms through the document that she knows, she basically has like the plot synopsis of the film in letter form, makes it clear that she has it with her lawyer, so he can't just fucking kill her. That she has him completely by the balls. Jennifer Connelly leaves. He erupts, nearly chokes her to death. But then, before all this like resistance and physical fighting, he laughs. He laughs before they have sex, and it's like, oh right, like this is actually where I belong. Like there's it's not particularly dark. It's not particularly solemn. It's like exactly where he is, because that's the type of that's what all of his choices and what his heart has led him to is to be snared here. That's actually the relationship that he deserves.
Yeah, because he wanted, when he changed what he wanted something real, right? He wanted to like do things that, it's the only time in the movie he wants something that's like sort of what, quote unquote normal people do, where he like wants to marry Gloria and take her to the Caribbean. Like that's the only thing that he really wants by the end of the movie. And he wants something real, but he's already made his bed at this point, right? Like he's at this point reaping what he's been sowing. That reaping is just going to destroy the only good thing that he had, because I think it's one of the best parts of the acting in this movie is when Connelly hears from Madsen's character what's been going on, and so she believes that Maddox has been talking to her about all this, and you can just see the heartbreak on her face, right? Like she's like quietly devastated. She doesn't scream, she doesn't really even say anything. She just says that she would rather walk than have him drive her home. And in all thing, in the grand scheme of things, it's like not that big of an offense in terms of the amount of the kinds of offenses that can be offended. But like it's just it's so quietly devastating, and just the sort of like subtlety with which the one good thing he could have had, or the thing that he ended up actually wanting, is just ashes in his mouth. Good, I like that. Do you fine co-hosts have any final thoughts about the hotspot? A hotspot, by the way, is a strip club. They tell you at like minute 3. Mm-hmm. And I thought that was fun, because I thought it was just a warm place to be.
It can be both. Words can mean more than one thing at the same time.
Big if true.
No, they can't. Pick one.
This is my platform. This is my platform of singular entendres.
Start throwing in more than one meaning, I start getting confused.
Irony, never heard of her.
In this fucking economy, no, I can't afford to double entendre.
Yeah.
Did you guys have any final thoughts?
It's pretty good. I mean, if the movie we've described to you sounds interesting, check it out.
Yeah, I mean, it's like in my Letterboxd review, did you like Blood Simple? Do you think you would like Blood Simple if it were sleazier?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is like the Coen brothers fusion of Americana and noir. Is that appealing to you? And also, do you have like base and vulgar taste? This might appeal to you in that case, yeah, and it's worth it if only as a kind of Dennis Hopper, of course, fantastic actor, rest in peace. I think for me it's something that I find invigorating or something, because I admire Hopper as an actor, and I finally got to really kind of sit with something that he directed. So yeah, that was also illuminating for me in this experience. So
yeah, that's a good point. It's like, if you want, I think this movie is like if Wild at Heart was less cartoony, if Blood Simple was hornier, you would get something that's sort of like The Hot Spot.
Perfect description.
Yeah, this is these movies. Movies are a spectrum. I gave this 4 stars. I think it's really good. It is like long, like shockingly long.
Mm-hmm.
But I liked it.
3.5 from me.
4 stars for me. I was really really compelled by it, but once it was over, I'm like, fuck, that was long. Shit, goddamn, that was like a whole evening.
Thank you so much for listening. This is our last erotic thriller until Christmas, which is like next week.
Oh God!
Somehow. So we will be coming at you with our Christmas spectacular. Do we have a Mariah report this year? Is that coming?
Yeah, I guess I have to read up.
Yeah, you better. Why don't you get back into the Mimi minds?
Yeah, the Mimi mindset.
So we'll have a Christmas movie for you. Apparently a Mimi mindset. And we have Christmas themed Patreon episodes that are coming out. So we'll have all of that for you this month. And then I think we have exactly one more erotic thriller in the month of December before the new year.
Hell yeah.
Babe,
No,
wake
that is
up.
a
It's
lie.
time for Oscar Mania.
No, that is a lie.
Dude.
Next week's episode is the last one. But January 1st is a Thursday. So the very first day of 2026 will be a new Swim Fans episode.
Yeah, drop that ball and tune in with your girls.
As always, ignore your family and loved ones and listen to Swim Fans on the holidays.
We're here for you every holiday, baby. You don't need them anymore.
They invented noise
There's no
canceling
family
for a
only
reason.
content.
You can find the show wherever you get your podcasts. So that is Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube. Wherever you're listening, please rate, please review, please subscribe. Please tell a friend. Please do all that good stuff. We are also on social media. So Blue Sky, Instagram, Letterboxd, use Swim Fans Pod. Give us a follow over on those places. If you want to ask the show a question or send us in a recommendation, that can be done on the Spotify episode. There are like message links there. You can do it over Instagram DMs, or you can email us swimfanspodcast@gmail.com. Again, let me know who owns a billboard. What is a billboard? Even
I think
Tell
you can
me
just
about
buy billboards. If you have the money, you can buy the space. You can buy land. You have to be able to buy the thing that's on the land. Is there anything that's going to stop you from putting the billboard up?
They seem municipal to me. I don't know what to say. They seem like a public service.
I don't.
I mean, yes. Never mind.
I feel like someone from Clear Channel would
I'm
break my
pretty
legs.
sure I'm right.
You can. You can also find the show on Patreon. So patreon.com/swimfans. You can get access to all of the back catalog there for as low as $1 a month. Please subscribe. And thank you to all of our current doves who have subscribed. I am Amons on all of the social media platforms, Twitter, Blue Sky, Instagram, Letterboxd, AMONNS. I watched Keepers, either singular or plural. It was bad both ways. So miserable. Oz Perkins is such a bad filmmaker. I'm mad at this point. I'm angry.
This is
it's
your own fault at this point.
When I saw it in the
knew
theater,
this.
There's one other person in there, and I wanted so badly to be like, "What'd you think?" I'm just so fucking depressed, man.
It's such a it's such a unique way to make a movie, because I feel that generally speaking, a bad movie is a bad movie all the way through. Like maybe there's like an idea you like, or there's an actor that you like, but typically you can tell. Perkins' bad movies are unique in that the last third of the movie makes you feel like a fucking stooge for enjoying the first half hour, which I would say, which I would say across the board. So Longlegs, the monkey, and Keeper, each of them, the opening is fine. In fact, I would say the openings are good even.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and I'm like, maybe this is it. Maybe this is the good one. And then the movie begins to like tell you what it's about, and it's just a precipitous fall. The way they cast Lucifer out of heaven. And I would say Keeper's fall is so bad that it makes the other movies look better by comparison. It sucks so bad. I'm still upset.
Wow.
Jennifer.
Blackcoat's Daughter was pretty good. You can follow me on Blue Sky Diatron5.SwimFansPod. I'm on Letterboxd Diatron. I finally watched. I watched both Amadeus and One Battle After Another, and they're both pretty damn good. Yeah, you should watch Amadeus though. That movie slaps.
That movie's so fucking crazy.
It's
so delicious.
I didn't think I'd give that much of a shit. You know, it's like, okay, Mozart. Who cares? No, it's about fucking what's the other guy's name? Salieri. It's about his like self-destruction. And just like what just a hater mindset will do to you if you can't control it, and like eternal self-punishment, and I don't know. It was great. Go watch Amadeus. The new 4K is awesome.
That's literally why every single year we have to sit through the same like biopic about a musician. Every year there's one.
Yeah.
And I'm like, stop trying. They already made Amadeus. There have been two incredible biopics made, and they're both completely fictionalized.
Yep.
You have Mishima, A Life in 4 Chapters, and you have Amadeus, and you stop trying. Don't make any more.
The final, like, the beat that Amadeus ends on is so good. I don't know if it's a spoiler at this point. The movie's like 45 years old or whatever, but like it's good stuff. There's real good stuff in there. And then I just very quickly, I am firmly pro One Battle After Another. Craig.
You can find me at Craig Neeson on Instagram and Letterboxd, CraigNeeson.com. For the first time ever, I saw Kiyoshi Kurosawa's Pulse. Had fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, had a lot of fun. Was shouting. Just you simply don't enter a room with the red tape. It's really easy. Just don't enter a room with the red tape. Don't care if your gas can lid has popped off and rolled into the room with the red tape. The rules are simple. Don't enter the room with the red tape. I hope they never take personal computing from us. I love our strange little devices. And I don't want everything to happen server side. I want to have a computer and to put weird stuff on it. And maybe access a ghost website. Give me my RAM and shit back, please, and thank you.
Pulse
Please,
is so good,
please,
man.
sir, one scrap of RAM, please.
I want what happens to everyone in Pulse to happen to the AI people, but just limited to them, not the whole society. I want them to turn into stains on the wall and then burst into ash. I think that would be amazing.
It'd be better than they deserve.
You're so right.
Yeah,
you're
for
so
real.
right.
For real. It's elegant. It's a beautiful way to die. Or, well, do they die? I don't know. There's an afterlife. But they have to live in the room with the red tape. I don't know. I think it would be fitting for them.
Craig says, "Don't enter the room with the red tape," and you know what that is? That's actionable advice.
Unless you're one of these 10 people, then enter the room with the red tape.
Mr. Altman, this way, please.
Unless you're on that wretched Time magazine cover. At which point you're more than invited.
In which case, we have a room to show you.
Yeah.
Don't
Do not mind the red tape.
Sorry, did you guys see that like article that's like, how come youths are enjoying like retro technology?
Oh, yeah, I
and
did
somebody
see that.
posted like, somebody's like, yeah, because you get to own it. Like once you buy it.
Yeah.
But my counter to that is, well, because Gen Z is like in their early 20s to 30s now, and they have nostalgia for when they were young and when they used these devices when they were kids. Like it's nostalgia. They have nostalgia for the stuff they had as kids. Everyone does that.
Well, I think it's the article, but I think like the article says children, so it must be talking about Gen Alpha, the
one I
actual
read
young
was like
people.
all people in their 20s.
Well, either way, it must be nice to like own stuff,
Yeah,
especially
it
when you don't
rules.
you can't even own your phone anymore. The PlayStation Vita should have had a longer life. I've been Josh McKenzie.
I hate Windows 11 so much, man. This shit sucks.
We could have old person hour all day.
I think
We love you.
Windows 11. I think everyone is unanimous in that one. That this thing is terrible, man. Sorry. Thanks for listening to
That's okay.
Swim Fans. Tangerine next week. Transgender Christmas. We're gonna do it. This is the one.
Bye-bye.
Bye.